morning came, all the chief priests and elders of the people plotted against Jesus to put him to death. They bound him, led him away, and delivered him to Pontius Pilate the governor. Then Judas, his betrayer, seeing that Jesus had been condemned, was remorseful and brought back the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests, saying, "I have sinned by betraying innocent blood." They said, "What is that to us? You see to it." Then he threw down the silver pieces in the temple, went out, and hanged himself.
Now Jesus stood before the governor, and Pilate asked him,
"Are you the king of the Jews?"
Jesus said to him, "It is as you say."
While he was being accused by the chief priests and elders,
He answered nothing.
then Pilate said to him,
Do you not hear how many things they testify against you?
But he answered him not one word, so that the governor marveled greatly. At the feast, the governor was accustomed to releasing one prisoner to the multitude.
At that time they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas.
So when they had gathered together,
Pilate said to them,
"Whom do you want me to release to you,
Barabbas, or Jesus, who is called Christ?
While Pilate was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent to him,
Saying, Have nothing to do with that just man, for I have suffered many things today in a dream because of him.
But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitudes to ask for Barabbas
And destroyed Jesus.
The governor answered,
Which of the two do you want me to release to you?
They said, "Barabbas."
Pilate said to them,
"What then shall I do with Jesus, who is called Christ?"
They all said, Let him be crucified.
When Pilate saw that he could not prevail, but rather that a riot was starting,
He took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying,
"I am innocent of the blood of this just person, you see to it."
And all the people answered and said,
"His blood be on us
And on our children."
Then he released Barabbas to them, and when he had scourged Jesus, he delivered him to be crucified. Then the soldiers took Jesus into the praetorium,
And gathered the whole garrison around him.
they stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him,
They twisted a crown of thorns and put it on his head.
and a reed in his right hand,
They bowed the knee before him and mocked him,
saying,
Hail, King of the Jews!
Then they spat on him,
And struck him on the head with the reed.
and when they had mocked him,
They took the robe off
and put his own clothes on him.
and led him away to be crucified.
Now as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene,
Simon by name.
whom they compelled to bear his cross.
And when they had come to a place called Golgotha,
That is, place of a skull.
they gave him sour wine mingled with gall to drink.
But when he had tasted it, he would not drink. Then they crucified him and divided his garments, casting lots.
And they put up over his head the accusation written against him.
"This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." 2 robbers were crucified with him, one on the right and another on the left. Those who passed by blasphemed him, wagging their heads and saying,
You who destroyed the temple and built it in 3 days, save yourself. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross.
Likewise the chief priests, scribes, and elders also mocked him,
Saying he saved others.
himself he cannot save if he is the King of Israel.
Let him now come down from the cross.
And we will believe him. Now from the 6th hour until the 9th hour, there was darkness over all the land. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying,
Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani.
That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus cried out again with a loud voice,
And yielded up his spirit.
and behold, the veil of the temple was torn,
Torn in two from top to bottom.
and the earth quaked, and the rocks were split.
Now when the centurion and those with him saw the earthquake and the things that had happened,
They feared greatly, saying,
Truly, this was the Son of God.
And many women who had followed Jesus from Galilee were there looking on from afar. Now when
Pilate commanded the body to be given to him.
When Joseph had taken the body,
He wrapped it in a clean linen cloth
and laid it in his new